here with David Klein, and of course, we're in front of the iconic Double R Diner, also known as Tweed's now. But Dave, thank you so much for being with us. And as a fan who's come to the fest for a couple of years now, tell us a little bit about your Twin Peaks story. How did you gain your passion for Twin Peaks?
Well, watching it in 1990, I guess it was, in the very pilot episode, when Harry Truman is telling Leland on the phone, and Sarah is screaming, and there's this long pan down the phone, and the music is building and building, and I got this chill, and when it hit the bottom in the phone, and she's screaming, and there was this, I had never seen anything like that on television before, and I said, I got to see more of this. I already liked Lynch, and I was like, this guy's got something, so... But then it took, like almost 15 years later to really catch all the episodes when the second season DVD came out, and then I just was immersed, and I threw myself into it, and I was like, I gotta go. It looks like fun.
And so you had heard about the fest, and did you
many
know
years
about it
ago.
for a while?
Yeah, 1998. I got my first computer, and I looked it up online. I was like, I got to go to that. I live in Portland, Oregon. It's just up the road. Never made it. Moved back east and forgot about it.
So it was only when you moved to the other side of the continent that you ended up actually coming to the fest, right?
Strange. Yeah, that's the story of my life, backwards.
I mean, in the Red Room, some of the, various people were speaking backwards. So I guess it is kind of a Lynchian kind of paradoxical thing, actually. So.
The paradox is definitely part of my life, and that's, I think, one of the reasons I connect to anything Lynch inflected. So.
Yeah. Well, Dave, having been to the fest for a couple years now, what are some of the highlights for you? I mean, this year was a big year. You were here in prior years. What are some of the sort of standout moments for you?
So much is a blur, especially your first year, but I do remember 2 years ago when Carl Stroiken was here. Wonderful man. We were at the Seattle Art Museum, and his wife comes up to me. I'm sitting on the end of the row. She says, would you mind if Carl sat here? We can sit somewhere else if, he'll be in the way. And I was like... I said, no, he can sit wherever he likes. And I'm thinking, he can sit on me. I will stretch out. He can sit on me. And
that would have been, and he's a big guy.
If I have to look around his head, I am honored.
Gotcha.
So that was one of the first things that happened when my first one. And that was pretty cool. I remember Charlotte Stewart sat down at our table with a little bit of food and just started talking to us in that building in I don't even know, in Fall City.
Yeah.
It was just roasting. We're all sweating like pigs. And she's just like Miss Friendly and chatting. She hadn't seen us before really, and it was great. I was like, this is different.
And you were expecting, a celebrity who would come in and be a little more standoffish or less accessible.
My experience with famous or semi-famous people is kind of limited.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure what to expect. I thought there may be a little standoffish just from the the crush of people all the time. If you're recognizable, you probably get it. It's like, it's okay, leave me a break, But they were just, everybody is just really right there, So it's a nice level to be on.
Yeah. Well, Dave, we've heard this year was admittedly a very big year for the fest. A lot of actors had come out who had not really been at the fest, at least from maybe at the very beginning, but not really in the last 19 years. Yeah, tell us tell us a little bit about your reaction to some of the folks that showed up this year.
I have loved Cheryl Lee since the beginning. I'll say that on camera. Okay. It's nothing dangerous. It's just very platonic. Okay. But that was ultimately what really sealed the deal for me this year, because I wasn't sure I was going to come.
Yeah.
A couple of different things happened, but that when Cheryl Lee was definitely announced, I was like, gotta go.
Yeah.
And all my friends were like, oh yeah, you gotta go, because you gotta go again.
It's your chance to meet Laura Palmer. I mean, that doesn't happen every day, so.
Yeah, first time, shoot, man. That was a pretty big. Of course, when I got up to the dais and was talking to her and getting an autograph, I nearly spilled wine all over her. But that's my own personal mortifying moment that I'll have to live with for the rest of my life.
And was it red wine, Dave? Because that would have been a very interesting to have, red wine all over Laura Palmer. That could have been very,
Yeah, no, I was trying to get it away, and I wound up spilling it anyway, and it sprayed a little bit, and I was just like, oh, I'm just going to die right here. But she was so cool.
Yeah.
And it was okay.
Wonderful. All right.
So I didn't have to go commit harry-carry after that.
Good to know. Good to know. Well, Dave, one of the things I know you've been, very social. I've seen you really connecting with a lot of the other fans and just really sharing stories and things like that. Is there something about the fest as a fan that is special in terms of being able to connect with other fans?
Well, if you've made the effort to come out here, buy your ticket, plane, whatever, and make this a part of your life, I figure there's already something in common there. So we've got some touchstones that we can automatically talk about, even if we disagree about things. I am not, like as far as the story, like I'm not big on the Billy Zane angle, and other people like it more. So then we can discuss that and argue it. Like
Or little Nicky, and there's certain
and everybody's got their own take on it, and it's just good to hear that, and it just completes your idea. I mean, David Lynch said it. I love the world of Twin Peaks, and you step into that world, and you're really caught up in it. It's if you're open to it. So,
well, Dave, one of the things I found very interesting is there was an artist named Scott that we had on who was an amazing artist, and a lot of different fans have really sort of incorporated Twin Peaks within their own artistry or their own writing. And I know we were talking off camera a little bit about the concept of fan fiction or script writing for season 3 of what would have been. Could you tell us a little bit about kind of your involvement in I don't know if we'd call it fan fiction, but at least continuing the story, as it were.
Yes. I've been writing since I was a kid. I'm not a professional, but I think I've gotten better over the years. And I wanted to write scripts, and I thought, well, this is a good chance. There's already characters. I love this world. I kind of understand it to a large degree, and I started using it as a practice. Next thing I know, I've got 4 full scripts, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to do a whole season. It's just how long is it going to take me? So I'm starting a 5th episode. Right this weekend. Actually, I've been working on it. I was kind of inspired.
So as we speak, you're actually continuing the storyline. Wow.
I'm taking a break, and it's coming back to the fresh mind. And everybody this weekend has really just jazzed me up even more.
Awesome.
So, it's fun, and I get to explore, what I think might have happened, and I think everybody who does it is like, it's like, I would have liked to have seen this, and so if you're able to do it, you should do it.
Have you had a chance to actually speak with some of the actors about your take on what may have been? In other words, to tell an actor, hey, in my version of the story, your character gets to blankety blank.
Yes, actually, I've been getting each year. I've been bringing different scripts and having each of the actors and involved folks like Jen Lynch sign those scripts as a super personal memento for me. And then like I told Sherilyn Fenn, I said, well, Audrey's in a coma, but she will wake up.
And how did Sherilyn react to that, knowing that?
Good. I'm glad you're in it. Wake me up soon, And
so you were
Cheryl Lee that I gave her a part, with the red-haired girl that David Lynch had talked about.
Nice.
And she said, "Oh, you got it right. Good. I'm glad you did that."
I mean,
that was kind of neat.
That's a powerful thing, Dave, because you are able to single-handedly do what David Lynch and the scriptwriters were not able to do, and so that's a very powerful treasure that you have. Definitely.
It's that. Yeah, anytime you're creating something, even if you're using someone else's base, you feel like a little tin god in some ways. So you're like, I can maneuver these people as I want.
Like chess pieces on a
That's right. And I look forward to seeing other people's stuff too. It's like, where did you take it? So,
yeah, definitely.
Hopefully I'm sharing them around a little bit, and but the actors seem to be like, oh, nice.
All right. So it sounds like just like folks that are actually doing drawings and paintings with the script writing. That's another example of the fest actually inspiring folks to continue their artistry or their creative muse, as it were, relating to the fest. So, all right.
Yeah, it's a doorway in. It's an entrance to a gateway.
There you go. There you have it. Well, thank you so much, Dave, for your time.
Thank you.